Imagine this. Imagine you were offered superhuman abilities. Maybe that's super strength, flying. I know one for me growing up that I really wanted was X-ray vision, because I was just like a little perverted freaking idiot. But anyways, check it out. And not only would you get these superhuman powers, but you would also get the body to go along with it. You would get the chiseled abs, the bulging biceps, and you'd just be jacked. You would look like the type of guy who eats nails for breakfast. You would literally be everything that a young man wishes he could be. The only catch is that you would be insecure and have zero confidence. Women would literally be your kryptonite. And anytime danger would arrive, you would just dam up, get scared, and just run away.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
You would never stand up to any enemies. You would have zero game. You wouldn't even be able to look at people in their eyes. You would look like a beast, but when the moment comes, you would just be a straight weasel. So my question to you is, would you take this offer? Now, this might sound ridiculous, but you'd be surprised of how many dudes I actually see that are like this. Like just this last week, back on Monday, I was at the gym. I saw this dude. He was about 6'3", good looking dude, just jacked, right? But he couldn't even look at a single person in their eyes. And I'll see this all the time. I'll go into the gym. I see these dudes who look great, but their energy and their posture just exudes with insecurity. The second a girl walks by, they're just shaking in their boots. They can't even step outside of their little comfort zone to even give someone a high five or a compliment. And this is actually quite common. You may have even experienced this yourself. The more you work on yourself, the more you work on your appearance, you build that muscle, the more better that you look, you become more narcissistic. That's just kind of a natural thing if we're being honest with ourselves. But check this out. There's two sides to that coin of narcissism. You got the kind of cocky side where it's like, hey, yeah, everybody's checking me out, right? Because I look good. And then you have the other side where it's like, oh no, everyone's looking at me, and then you get all insecure and shy, full of anxiety, right? So that just goes to show you, it's not always about just looking the part. You actually have to play the part. This is why I always see guys who are jacked but have zero confidence, and then I see dudes who are like mediocre, like 4 or 5 out of 10s, who are always pulling super fine chicks. And this right here, this is why the whole black pill mindset concept lacks logic and just doesn't even make sense sometimes. So right now, I'm gonna go ahead and discuss 7 things that every man needs to do in order to increase his confidence. The first thing that I highly recommend is to get your testosterone levels checked. Now, I wanted to put this one first because you can do everything that I'm about to say in today's video, but if you have low levels of testosterone, it's gonna be very hard to actually stick to these things. Scientists are actually discovering and finding that low levels of testosterone are linked to stress, anxiety, depression, and fear. As some of you may know, I'm on a little low dose myself. I get mine prescribed from a doctor, and I can't even begin to tell you the difference of what it makes. Even being on a little small dose, my doctor prescribes me just enough so that way it puts me at, the equivalent of another male my age. And just that little bit, bro, it's a night and day difference. I've been prescribed to test for the last kind of handful of years, and it's kind of funny because last month I decided to take like 3 or 4 weeks off. And it wasn't by choice at first, it was just because I ran out of my prescription and I hadn't booked an appointment for the doctor. So anyways, at the end of those like 3 or 4 weeks, I remember that last week I felt like a chump, bro. Like anywhere I went, whether I went to the gym, whether I went out in public, or even like my work, I had no vigor, I had no aggression, and therefore it was hard for me to like just talk to random people, random strangers. It was hard for me to have a conversation with another dude at the gym. I don't know, all I was feeling was lack, and therefore it had an effect on my confidence. It started to make my social anxiety start to percolate through again. And so anyways, long story short, I finally got my butt in the doctor's office, we ran my blood, and then when I got my lab results back, I have them right here, it says that I was at 186 I think you say nanograms per deciliter, and that is extremely low. Another guy my age is typically around 800, 900, even 1,000 and above. And obviously the reason why my testosterone levels were extra low that week was simply because I had just gotten off testosterone cold turkey, and therefore my levels didn't have enough time yet to kind of rise back up naturally. So hey, that goes to show you, if you are putting in all this work and you're stepping outside of your comfort zones, you're doing the necessary things that it takes to become more confident, yet you still just don't feel like you have that oomph, it may be because you are low in test. A lot of young men are these days, just because of the American diet, all the things in our food, all the clothes that we wear even. Literally everything in this world today, in today's day and age, is against us men. That's kind of like my point in all my videos, is that there's a war for masculinity right now. So hey, if you're feeling kind of low, if you're feeling not really like yourself and that you need a boost, you may need to go to the doctor, get your blood levels checked. And if you are low, the doctor will get you prescribed. And I'm telling you, bro, it'll make all the difference in the world for you. All right, now moving on to number 2. Now, this is a powerful, powerful strategy that definitely took my confidence to that next level. It was a night and day difference as well. And that is simply this. The best way to achieve more confidence is to understand that you don't need to do nothing. You don't need to be anybody. You don't need to act any certain type of way. You don't need to act funny. You don't need to act nice so that way that they like you. You don't need to say jokes. No, bro. Just be the calm man that you are. I mean, think about it. That's what a man is, right? A man at the root of all this, he's just calm. He's just chill. Think of like going back to the superheroes type of thing. Think of the dudes like Wolverine. Think of the dudes like Batman. These guys that fully represent and resemble masculinity. Are they all hyped up all the time? Are they always like cracking jokes and trying to make the moves on all these ladies? No, bro. They're just calm. They're not trying to be anything that they're not. And if you can do this, if you can be comfortable being just calm, just doing the bare minimum thing of just being a man, this will give you a foundation to now build upon. So that's it right there. That's the key. Be really comfortable just doing nothing. See, most guys, they don't know how to be comfortable in the midst of doing nothing. Therefore, they start to overthink and then they overcompensate. If there's any like awkward silence, oh gosh, what do I do? Must insert joke here. And then they just started up these like little like conversations or say silly things, say silly jokes that don't even hit. And then it just makes everything else worse. So you don't want to be like that. You don't want to be that guy. Instead, be comfortable even in the midst of uncomfortability. Be comfortable in those moments where most men would start to get awkward. If you can learn how to just chill out and just relax in those moments, those same moments where most men would dam up and lose control, if you can lay that groundwork, then everything else becomes easy peasy. Number 3, save your carbs for later. Now this one is so important, and this is one that guys always bypass. They'll wake up in the morning, have all these carbs, have all these cereals, muffins, toast, whatever. And the problem with this is if you want to have confidence throughout your day, then you got to make sure that you're laser sharp, that you're focused. And the quickest way to lose that focus is to fog up your brain. And that's exactly what heavy carb meals do. So that's why I always tell my guys, my young brothers, hey, save your carbs for later. Instead, if you need to eat in the mornings, get in that protein, get in the high fat meals. And by high fats, I mean like healthy fats, right? So like eggs, almonds, things like that that are just kind of light, that aren't gonna weigh you down, that aren't gonna make you feel all tired and muggy. And so if you can stay light like that, if you can stay sharp and focused by saving those carbs for later, for at nighttime when you actually want to start winding down and go to bed, then this right here, this is gonna keep you on your A game. It's gonna help keep you on your toes, keep you sharp, and therefore you're gonna feel more ready to go. You're gonna feel ready to take on risk. You're gonna feel ready to go and talk to that girl, jump on that business call, that business meeting. You're gonna feel alive, right? So hey, save those carbs, my brother. It's well worth it. Number 4, wear shirts that make you look bigger and badder than what you are. Now I know there's this whole trend right now, and I was actually really immersed into this trend myself last few years, but with the big oversized t-shirts and clothing and stuff like that, and it's cool, it's a dope look, don't get me wrong, but the only problem with that is that it doesn't complement your shape. It doesn't complement your body whatsoever. And I know some guys will be like, well, no, but Dre, like, I'm actually more confident wearing these types of oversized baggy clothing, which, hey, cool. If that's the case, then, hey, do your thing, my brother. But honestly, hey, look, when you're into self-improvement, when you're getting gains in the gym, even that little 5 pounds of muscle mass that you add on, there's nothing like a shirt that complements and showcases that extra little 5 pounds. It can literally make those 5 pounds look like 15 pounds. I mean, look at me, bro. Not saying that I'm some huge like Giga Chad or anything like that, but I've been on a bulk this last, it's been about 3.5, 4 weeks now, not quite a month, but I've put on about 4 pounds or so. And I just ordered these shirts right here. I just got a whole bunch of these the other day. And if you look at the difference from my videos like a month and a half ago, if you look at me then in a shirt to me now, you'll see a difference. I can promise you, go back right now, you'll see a difference. And that's simply because of, yes, the weight that I'm putting on, plus the shirt. This shirt complements my body. It wraps around my arms real nice, kind of makes my shoulders bulge out just a little bit more than they typically would. And so those 2 factors right there, it's really helped me out. It's helped kind of boost my confidence just a little bit. My wife's even complimenting me. Also, just this morning, I was wearing this exact fit right here. I was at Starbucks and I literally had 4 girls check me out. Like, it's crazy. I mean, I don't mean to like say it in a cocky way or anything like that. I could care less if girls check me out. I'm just saying, typically, just being honest with you guys, I don't have girls usually just checking me out, right? It's actually very rare that a girl looks at me, kind of looks my way. I mean, I'm not some 6'3" Giga Chad, right? I'm 5'9", 5'10" with shoes on. I'm a decent looking guy, more so kind of average, not on that top tier level. So for a guy like me, it is kind of rare. But this morning, bro, I mean, I guess I'm putting on a little bit of size and then wearing a nice shirt. Maybe it's the chain, I don't know. I got this sucker for 15 bucks on Amazon. But hey, is it a coincidence? Just all of a sudden with, you know, that little combo, putting on a little size and wearing a nice shirt that fits me just right. As a result, I got some heads to turn, right? And again, you guys, like, I could care less if girls are checking me out or not. Like, I got everything that I want and desire in a woman with Brie, right? But I mean, I'm not gonna say that that isn't nice, you know, having females check you out. And if I was a single dude, then hey, I probably would have busted some moves, right? So that's why I'm telling you guys these things, for all you single dudes out there, just by doing these little kind of little hacks like this, just to improve yourself, even if it's by like 1 little percent. Having even just one girl checking you out, it can give you that boost in confidence, and you can hold your head a little higher. You can, you know, have that more confident posture as a result. Now, just really quick, I don't want to sound like some like YouTube sponsorship, like teaching men's fashion thing or anything like that. This is not a sponsor whatsoever, but I did get these shirts recently from a brand called True Classic. They did gift me with these for free. The girl, her name's Lauren, and she used to work for Manscaped, and so I used to always work for her for like the last 3 or 4 years. Now she transferred over to this company, so she just sent me out like 40 of these shirts. So mad shout out to her. That was actually really kind of her. And we haven't worked out no like sponsorship deal or anything like that. So I actually just asked her for a promo code. Today is March 24th, so this video will probably be out by April. So I asked for that promo code for you guys. If I do get one, I'll link it down below for you. And just to prove to you guys that this is not about the money whatsoever, I'm not gonna pocket any of the money. In fact, I'll go ahead and donate any commissions that I make. I'll just give it right to charity. And I'm not giving out of spite or anything like that. Like, that's already something I kind of do on a regular basis anyways. But just kind of like as like God is my witness type of thing, I will go ahead and I'll do that donation if I do make any commission or anything like that. My whole point I'm trying to make here is that these are just genuinely dope shirts. I mean, obviously if you compare it to any of the other shirts that I've ever worn here on this channel, you can plain as day see that they fit perfect. So I really think you guys will like them. Again, yeah, I'll link everything down below if you want. Number 5, cold showers. Now this right here is a really powerful tool. I was actually just on the channel Artistic Motivation, and they were talking about cold showers and how it improves circulation for an increased energy boost, boosts your mental health, and it actually increases the blood flow to your muscle by up to 200%. Those are just some kind of like little scientific little facts for you right there. So hey, look, the next time you feel a little nervous, maybe you feel a little doubtful, a little insecure, a little anxious inside, hey, try that cold shower, my brother. It's powerful. This is something that I've been doing. Kind of started it maybe almost 2 years ago, and I'm a huge advocate of it. I definitely saw instant results, not just like health-wise, but actually physically, mentally. I was, you know, right when you hop out that shower, try it, bro. It's like you feel like a Viking or something. You get out that shower and you just feel like an absolute beast. You feel ready to take on life. Number 6, read. And read often. Now, reading is a powerful thing. I know most men these days are like, oh, I'm just not a reader. I'm just, you know, I just can't sit down for that long period of a time and focus. Like, no, bro, just shut up. Reading is just like a skill. The more you do it, the more you get used to it, and the more you fall in love with it, and you just make it a routine. You make it a part of your lifestyle. Most guys these days they're just straight lazy, and their dopamine levels are all jacked up, and so they can't sit down for more than 60 seconds to read. And so when I hear guys say stuff like this, you're automatically telling me that you're just a straight dopamine addict, and that you watch too much TikTok, you spend too much time on social media. And so anyways, I don't mean to go on a whole rant or anything like that, but hey, check it out. The more that you read, the more that you take in, and I'm not talking about going on YouTube and just watching videos. I'm talking about actually reading a physical book. The more that you take in all this wisdom and information, all of a sudden now you have information just readily available. All of a sudden you got like these things to talk about with people. It's wild. And then when you start reading this stuff, when you start having these like new polarizing ideas and concepts from what you read, you can't help but want to speak out. When you start up a conversation with somebody, instead of feeling like most guys, like, oh shoot, like what do I say? What do I talk about? No, like you just got this stuff pouring out of you, dripping off your fingertips. When you don't read, when you're not taking in knowledge and information and wisdom, and you're just spending all your time on TikTok, just mindlessly scrolling away, you're practically just brain dead. And so therefore, yeah, when you go out in public and you try to have a conversation with somebody, with a girl, yeah, of course you have nothing to talk about because your brain's always on rest mode. When you're constantly using your brain, when you're constantly inputting information, all of a sudden that information, it needs to come out, it needs to be taught, it needs to be spoken. And so I noticed like this morning when I was with my dad, me and him, we go like out to get coffee like once a week and kind of just sit for a good hour and just talk about life, talk about all these things. All of a sudden when I'm reading, when I'm investing that time, taking in that information, dude, like I have so much to say to my dad. I have all these new things I'm learning and reading. And so this right here, this is why reading is so important, my brother. If you're not doing this, if you're not spending the time, even reading, just say even 5 pages a day. If you're not doing that, then yeah, you try to go out and have conversations with people, they're just gonna be dull. You're gonna find yourself really having nothing to say because you haven't been learning anything new recently. You haven't even been using your brain. So of course those nerves are gonna kick in. Of course you're gonna start feeling a little insecure because you have nothing to talk about because you spend all your time on social media. So do this one, my brother, at all costs. Even if you just read a handful of pages every single day. Watch, when you're in a conversation, you're gonna have so much more to just talk about. It's just gonna ooze out of you. And now the last one, number 7, just do the hard work, my brother. Your brain is only gonna give you the confidence that it thinks that you deserve. So give your brain a reason to give you the confidence that you want. Give your brain a reason to kill your insecurities, to kill your doubts and all your anxious little thoughts. If you're the type of guy, and I used to be like this all the time, that just says, that's just me, man. I'm just insecure and I just deal with social anxiety and that's just the way it is. Well then, obviously, bro, what you're telling me is that you're just not actually putting in the work. Just because you have social anxiety, just because you have self-doubt, doesn't make you like special. You're not exclusive to these feelings. Everybody feels this, bro. Even me. Even no matter how much I work, no matter how much I read, no matter how much I put myself out there, out of my comfort zone, even deep down, like I still feel these things all the time. You are not exclusive to them. I feel them too. If anything, I probably feel them more than you do. Growing up, I was so shy, so full of anxiety all the time, bro. I would like just dam up in every single situation. Before I went out on a date or hung out with somebody, I would literally throw up in the freaking toilet right before because I was just so nervous, so full of anxiety. But guess what? I kept pushing myself. I kept doing the hard work. And so therefore, I gave my brain a reason to give me confidence. Check it out. Thinking that you can just log onto this video real quick and not have to watch the whole video. I'm just gonna go down to the summary guide, read what the quick little 6 tips are, and then think I'm magically now gonna be a confident guy because I did that. Doing that right there, brother, is like, it's like being a thief, robbing a liquor store, and then taking a couple $100 and then thinking that if you just keep doing that, you'll be on the Forbes top 100 list. It's like, nah, bro, yeah, you might be able to steal a couple $100 here and there, but not only are you just gonna end up broke again every single time, you're also gonna be always looking over your shoulder, right? But when you actually become a businessman and you work for that money, you actually build up an empire that generates you lots of income, then you can relax. And now you can sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labor with that confidence, right? So hey, moral of the story here is if you wanna feel like a beast, then you gotta actually do the work that it takes to become the beast. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Please give it a nice big thumbs up, hit the notifications button to be informed when I drop a new one, and check out this video right here. It's powerful, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace always.